Well, Eberechi, how does it feel to finally be here away with England?
Yeah, it's special. Something I've been working towards for a long time, so it's amazing to be here, to see the players, to see the staff and see the standard of everything here. So it's an amazing opportunity.
The reason I said finally is because you've had so many near misses, haven't you? Particularly 2 years ago when you were so close to getting in the squad.
Yeah, it's been a long journey. Obviously, with the injury and stuff like that, it was quite a difficult period. You sort of see yourself get quite close, and then obviously dropping quite far away from it because of the journey and how long it takes to actually get back fit. But yeah, no, I'm grateful I went through that experience, because without it, I don't know where I would be. I don't know if I would be in this position, so I am grateful.
Talk us through that day, sorry to bring it back up, when you did do your injury, because I believe you got back in the changing room and you got a message to say you were going to be in the squad.
Yeah, that was a weird day, obviously. Never experienced a big injury like that before. Going inside, I'm obviously in tears and gutted that I'm injured for starters. But then seeing a message about the provisional squad, that was a bit of mixed emotions, because it was like, you're so close, but now you're actually just so far away from it. But I think I used it as motivation and sort of understanding that's the trajectory I was on and something that I could continue to work towards.
Was that something you used throughout your rehab as well? That was the target, that was where you wanted to get back to?
Initially, for sure, that was the driving force and something I was like, listen, that's a level I want to get back to. But after a while, when you can't walk and stuff like that, it's like, okay, I just want to walk, I just want to run or whatever. So it's been a bit of a journey. It was sort of a long road, but honestly, I'm grateful to experience all that I went through.
Talk me through the mental side of that injury as well, because you've had the blow of knowing you would have been in the England squad and then having football taken away from you, something that had been so important in your life. What was that like?
Yeah, I think mentally is probably the most challenging thing. Being able to play is something that you miss so much when you're injured, and you don't realise how big of a part of your life it is. But again, I look back at it and I see that I've grown as a person, not just as a football player. I know that I've improved there, but more so as a person. I can see myself in a different light now, and I know that I wouldn't be this person if it wasn't for that experience.
What made you fall in love with football? What made you want to be a footballer?
I think from young, just watching like YouTube videos of Ronaldinho and stuff like that, that's always been stuff that I used to do with my brothers. So I've always loved skills, I've loved tricks, I've loved running past players and stuff like that. So that's a huge part of the type of player I am as well. So I think that's probably the biggest thing, and that's what showed me or built a passion and love for football, for sure.
And when you first started playing, you started playing cage football, is that right?
Yeah, I was playing cage football for a long time. Obviously, even still in academies, whilst I was training there, I would still go back to the cages and still play with friends and stuff like that. So that's sort of where football is most enjoyable. And it's probably where I learnt most of how I play as well. So it's a big part of me, definitely.
What kind of things did it teach you? How did it make you become the player you are today?
I think like ball control and being able to run past players, handling the ball in tight spaces, being able to get knocked by bigger players and get up, and there's not really many fouls and stuff like that, so it's just literally doing what you can to be as effective as you can be in harsh circumstances. So I think for sure that's built me and it's helped me to become the type of player I am today. You
grew up in South London. I know you're very proud of your roots. What was it like? Talk to me about your upbringing and how football played a part in it.
Yeah, as I say, I'm grateful for where I grew up and the things that I saw and experienced, because they've shaped me. We would play football every single day after school, walk down the hill into a cage and put our bags down, put our jumpers down, and everyone's just playing. And it's those moments there that you probably don't realise that's your first education, first bit of education as a footballer. So hugely important in terms of the person I am today.
Was there a point at which you thought, hold on, I think I could make it professionally here?
I don't think I understood what it meant to be a professional until 16, 17.
Really?
Yeah, so when I started to see players progressing and getting into under-21s and realising, oh, those are pros as well, and they're trying to get into the first team. But before that, honestly, it was just about enjoying football. That's all I wanted to do all the time. I wanted to enjoy and play and run past people. I just love football so much. So it wasn't until that point that I saw, okay, cool, there's actually something that can come from this.
You did get into the Arsenal academy as a youngster. I imagine that was your dream, but it wasn't all plain sailing, was it?
Yeah, no, it wasn't easy. Obviously signed there when I was 8 or 9 and got released at 13. And at that time, that's probably the hardest release because that's all I knew at the time. And a big thing that people probably don't understand is at that age, that's part of your identity. So it's like, I'm a Eberechi who plays for Arsenal, and anywhere you go, that's how you're referred to, that's how you're spoken about. So the moment you get released, it's like, okay, that's a big part of me that's just left.
Yeah.
But of course, with my faith in God and my family and the people around me, they helped me to sort of build my confidence and understand that there's more to life than just what team you play for or whatever. So I think that's helped me get a great balance for sure.
You did then go to other clubs, and it took you quite a while, didn't it, to get that first professional contract at QPR. How did you keep dealing with those setbacks?
I don't actually know. I don't actually know. I think for me, the main thing would be my faith in God. So I believe that as long as I work hard and apply myself, what will happen will happen, and I trust that the plan He has for me is the best. I'm just grateful enough that it ended up in a professional contract and me playing football, enjoying the job that I do and being able to express myself every weekend, which is honestly something I can't put into words how great it is.
Does this journey and all the setbacks that you've had along the way make moments like now feel even more special for you?
Yeah, 100%. I think when you look back at the journey and understood all that me, my family, all the people that have supported me, all that everyone's gone through, and to get to a point like this, is speaking to my mum about it, you can't really explain, you can't really put it into words. All I can do is just thank God.
I was going to say, tell me what your family make of all of this, because they've been on this journey as well.
Honestly, when I speak to them on the phone, they're just like, they're thanking God so much, and they understand that it's so much bigger than just what's happening to us as a family. The people that are being inspired by the story, the people that are looking at their current situations and saying, okay, cool, this is someone that's gone through adversity and this is how to come out of it. I feel like that's a huge thing, and that's probably how I see it most. Less about myself, but more about the people that are looking at the story and inspiring and motivating people to make something of themselves too.
I was going to say, I also read a story that a few years ago you donate to food banks on Sundays. There was a really nice story going around on social media where you turned up at a food bank on a Sunday and they didn't realise you were a footballer. Is that true?
I think it's better that way, but no one realises or knows what's going on, I think.
Why is that?
Because I'm not doing it because I want people to know. I'm doing it because that's just what I felt convicted to do at the time. And it's something that I was doing with my church as well. So, yeah, with my church, we would deliver food to different houses and people who were in difficult situations. And yeah, for me, I try to do that as something that's personal and as something that's to myself. So obviously, people find out, they find out. There's not really anything you can do about that. But yeah, that's just how I am. Where
does this come from, this feeling of like a greater good? It's not just about Eberchi Eze, it's about the bigger picture.
I think it's, again, my faith in God. I think my parents have instilled that in me from a young age. My brothers and the people around me, we always speak about it and we understand that what we do now is not necessarily the most important thing. It's about inspiring people, and if you can inspire people and you can help people to become the best version of themselves, that's probably more important than whatever accolade or reward or whatever that you receive yourself. So that's how I see my life. That's how I see the position that I'm in, and I'm grateful to be able to do it.
So who was the first person you rang then when you got the call?
First person I called was my wife, and she was just so happy because she's been through absolutely everything with me. She's seen the highs and the lows, the contracts, the releases. She was with me throughout my whole Achilles injury, and she was one supporting me the most pretty much throughout all of that. So to see her face and see how happy she was, for me, that was everything.
Has it given you a chance to reflect being here on everything that you have been through, everything that you've achieved?
Yeah. To be honest, every day I'm always like looking back, and not looking back as if I'm living in the past, but looking back just for gratitude and to understand that you've come from so far, so experience today and enjoy it, and don't get caught up in things that are going on or being worried or whatever. It's just about enjoying the present moment as much as possible because of where you've come from, and that's a big thing for me.
You clearly are enjoying the present moment in terms of your football as well. You had a brilliant end to the season in particular. What's been behind that, do you think?
I think Roy Hodgson coming in, that helped a lot. I think he sort of brought out energy in me, a freedom and confidence that I think not only me but as a team were probably lacking. So he sort of helped us on that journey and brought it out of us, and you could see by the way we were playing, we were so much more confident, so much more free, and yeah, I'm grateful to him for coming in and, and helping me regain form as well.
You've used the word free quite a lot. Is that how you like to feel when you're on a football pitch?
Yeah, that's how I best describe myself. When I'm free, that's when I can do what I want to do and express myself fully, and that's probably when I'm at my best as well.
Have you had a chance to discuss with the manager here just what he might want to see from you on the pitch?
Yeah, I've spoken to him, I've had conversations with him. He's helped me to understand how things work around here and the sort of challenges that I'll experience and where he sees me as well. But for me, that's huge because I'm seeing myself and understanding what's going on, I'm learning, and it gives me an opportunity to sort of see myself at the highest level.
And what do you want the England fans to see from Eberchi Eze if you get onto the pitch this weekend?
I want them to see me enjoying myself and expressing myself as I've done with Palace, and playing the same type of football that I was playing there, because I feel like as long as I'm free and I'm confident and I'm doing my thing, then that's the best version of myself.
You've spoken about Palace, 3 Palace players in this squad. You're obviously a South London boy. How proud does that make you as well?
Yeah, very. I think to have so many players, obviously with Tariq Mitchell as well, who was here, to see the talent that is coming out of Palace and the level of, it's not just, as you said, it's not just about the talent, it's the level and quality of the players as well is very high and being called to a higher stage. So it's something that we can be very pleased with and something that we want to continue to build on for sure.
You've clearly played with freedom this season for your club. Can you still play with that same freedom when you go out onto that pitch wearing an England shirt? Will you still be that same player that played in the cages all those years ago?
Yeah, I think that's the aim. That's the aim. I want to be that player wherever I go. Of course, it's different in different systems, and you have to learn and adapt to the way the team plays. But for sure, I'll be myself, and that's probably the biggest advice I've been given, to be myself.
Well, best of luck. Enjoy it. It's great to see you here.
Thank you very much.
Anything else?
Perfect. We're still on time. Beautiful. Perfect.